Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and another video in the Disability Pride Month series. Today I want to talk about a woman that deserves every accolade she can be given. Carla Qualtrough. If you can, imagine trying to navigate in a world that wasn't built for you. And this is a world where reading a book, crossing the street, or even playing a school sport is a daily obstacle course. This was Carla Qualtrough's life. She was born in Calgary in 1971, and she was raised in Langley, British Columbia, and she was legally blind from birth. But in her house, there was a very pragmatic approach to problem solving. And this was, there is no such thing as you can't. There's won't, but for her family, and especially her father, they were determined that her visual impairment wouldn't define what her limits were. They believed that being good at sports was a way where she could level the playing field. And so her life became sort of this whirlwind of activity, and she was water skiing at age 2, and she played soccer and softball, and she downhill skied. And her family were becoming experts at finding creative ways for her to participate, because you have to remember, at this point in time, accessibility is not a thing. It's kind of like, well, okay. This gave Carla the belief that with the right accommodations, any barrier could be managed. And this was learned on the soccer field, the baseball diamond, and the ski hill. Carla faced the same sorts of things that most people with disabilities do, but she was shielded by her family for most of it. But in those teenage years, in middle school, kids can be cruel, and Carla didn't escape that. She was bullied, and she was left out, and this was very painful, and it was very lonely. But it didn't break her. Instead, it put a resolve into her of, I'm going to beat this, and I am going to show everybody, including herself. So as she got older, the sports that she was participating in were becoming too detailed, too fast for her to keep going in, and she needed to find something that would take the place of that and give her that feeling of belonging, that she could stay in and grow with. And she found Paralympic swimming. When she found swimming, she found her niche. And she went on to become a medaling Paralympian. Carla Qualtrough used what she learned in those early days, the values that her family instilled in her, her determination to grow and to be better and to not have anyone face what she was facing, and turned that into a career, and a decorated career. As a Paralympian, she went out and she got a law degree. She became an advocate for people with disabilities. She served on sports committees in order to make Paralympians and other athletes with disabilities to be included and accepted and make things more accessible for them. And then she went on to run in politics and made it all the way to Ottawa, and she worked on and brought the Accessible Canada Act and the Canada Disability benefit act to millions of people. Here's a smattering of who Carla Qualtrough is and what she accomplished. Don't let anybody tell you Canadians aren't in it to win it. Carla Qualtrough is absolute proof of that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.